Yo, what's good, everybody? You are tuned into episode 9 of the Wave Pod. Shout out to everybody that keeps on
Ooh,
listening to everything. Yeah, episode 9. It feels like it's been a long time doing this.
yeah,
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Shout out to my Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners. Shout out to the YouTube gang. You feel me? Make sure you guys drop
yeah.
that 5-star on Apple Podcasts. Follow me on Apple Podcasts and follow me on Spotify as well. And then don't forget, IG is at the.wavepod. You already know. And yeah, don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. All right. So we got 2 topics today. So one topic is Halloween do's and don'ts. And then we're going to jump into the first topic of the day, which shout out to Josh. I got to shout out my guests real quick. We got Josh on. We got
Appreciate it.
Tosin on. So
Appreciate you. I was on week 1. But nice to be back,
Appreciate it.
Mike. Appreciate you.
I know week 1 to now, it seemed like it was a long time ago.
Man, I'm looking at my calendar right now, man. That was a minute ago.
Before we even start, I got one question. This has been on my mind for a couple. When you dropping the album, Tosin?
Man,
Right.
I know I've been delaying the album since like 2018, man. But look, 2021. I promise you, no games is coming.
2021.
Tell me about the features.
I
That's
promise
what I was
you,
about to say. Tell me about
no
the
games.
features.
Tell them about
Yeah,
the features, bro.
we got Zan on it, man. We got L Dog, Lance, my boy Lance on that, man. We got. I'm gonna keep it a secret, but we
Wait,
got
that
a
nigga
lot
name
of
is
people
L-Dog?
on it. Okay. L Dog.
Okay.
Dog. All right.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be special.
Bet. All right. So we're going to dive into the first topic of the day. And the first topic of the day is how do you maintain college with a low GPA? Now, to start things.
Well,
Oh, wait. You want to start it off? You can start it off.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience, you just gotta keep working hard, of course. But you gotta live with it. I mean, you made your bed, you gotta live in it, so you gotta network. Networking has been the only thing that's been saving me throughout throughout college pretty much.
I feel that. No,
Yeah,
networking is a
I
big.
definitely agree with that. Yeah.
No, and I don't even like not just professor, but you network with the students. You got to network with the students. Really how I've been maintaining. You network, you get a few people you know in the class, start up a group chat.
Yeah. And
Everybody.
a phrase I heard coming out of high school was like, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And like I didn't really understand the importance of that until I came here and I started to see, okay, this person knows this person who works here. He probably got that job because he knows that person. Okay, this person went to this career fair where he met this recruiter. There's a correlation where you see like who's getting certain jobs and you start to think about who they know and how they got to get there. And it's not necessarily like, it's like some people will have like a lower GPA than you and they'll still get the job over you because the recruiter knows, okay, this is a better candidate because I know his character and I know that he may not have the best school track record, but I know that like, if he comes to this job, he can do this job, you know?
It's about being a hard worker too, yeah. And
Yeah.
and and don't let your GPA define you as far as internships goes and stuff like that. Make sure you join in these clubs and join in these programs. Big thing is programs, really. If you get in these programs with these big companies and stuff, just get through the programs. If you're not getting an internship, do the programs because the internship's gonna come.
Most definitely.
Because that's
Yeah.
the route I had to take. I wasn't getting the internships my freshman and sophomore year, but I started doing the programs sophomore year,
Mhm.
going into junior year, and everybody wanted to interview me. So that's
So Mike, you actually have an internship this summer. Can you talk more about that and how you got the job?
yeah, I got an internship with Ford. So I
Go
was
crazy.
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, and what had happened was I got recommended to go to the Ford Career Fair. It was a virtual
Hmm.
career fair, and
Who are you recommended by? Or was it
I
by
like I gotta
oh, go
keep it.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it on the low. I'll tell you
Yeah.
afterwards, though. I'll
Because
tell
you
you.
know somebody. All right, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you afterwards, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then so they recommended me to somebody to talk to for the career fair, and I'm like, all right, because it was just Ford's like Ford did his own separate thing. They wasn't at Smith or nothing like that. I don't believe. So then I talked to the lady, and then I got more interested in Ford, and then so I filled out the application. Then next thing you know, I got the interview, and then I had to do a little case, and then hit the interview, and then I got the offer. So I was kind of happy about it.
Nice.
I was excited to join. It was smooth. But yeah, it's all
Nice.
about that goes back to the networking thing, because if you know someone who knows someone, then it's easier to network within.
Nice. And is this your first internship?
Yeah, this is gonna be my first internship.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Congrats,
Yeah.
man. That's huge.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
And
and
after the first
Josh,
one, it only gets easier after that.
Oh
yeah.
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 I
Josh, you
hope
had an
it's
internship
full
your
time.
freshman year, right?
Yeah, I went to IR, and I had a personality, so the lady took a chance on me.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a
That's
GPA at
pretty
that
much
point?
it.
So you didn't have a GPA
I
at
had
that
a
point,
high
did you?
school. No, I've never put a GPA on my resume.
Mm.
So
That's
You
I just
still
talk
got
to
the
people.
job, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, like, freshman, like, I know I made the point, like, it doesn't matter what you know, it's about who you know. Like, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
come into college and, like, not really pay much attention to your score, because that is also important. But at the same
That's
time, we're also saying that, like, don't just focus on your school, where try to, like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Mike said, yeah, join these clubs, meet these people, get out there and get your name heard,
Because
because I actually, yeah, go ahead.
my GPA ain't that bad, but it ain't the best either. Like I'm
Exactly,
above a
yeah.
3. I'm above a 3, but like I'm not
Hmm.
doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. So it's definitely above a 3. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
about. But at first, you see these freshmen, like you compare the freshmen, and these freshmen have like 3.7s, 3.8s, 3.9s, and I ain't have nothing like that. I was just like
Yeah.
I was above a 3. Like at one point in time, I had a 3.2. Now I'm like at a 3.3. So
Yeah.
like at that time, yeah. So compared to others, so that's why I'm saying just join these programs and stuff like that, and make sure you attach to your schoolwork too. You want to make sure you at least have a 3 or a little bit below, and that's when the connecting comes in as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I actually didn't get my first internship until my sophomore year. So like Mike was saying, my freshman year, like I had a pretty decent GPA. It was above 3.0. But like at the same time, I didn't have an internship going into my sophomore year. So like here I am, a sophomore, going into IR. All my freshman friends had internships that summer. Like they were doing all of this and all of that, and I'm like, all right,
But
I may not.
y'all in way harder majors than I am though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's
engineers,
also
y'all
that's
engineers.
No,
also
but
another thing.
we're in easier majors to get internships with. Like with business, it's hard to. I believe it's hard to get an internship. But
Oh yeah,
engineering,
it's yeah.
Mhm.
literally, if you're not like just lame, like if you were just a good
Yeah.
like able to communicate with people well, and like you're infectious with your vision or whatever, and you can connect it to your study, that's an internship off rip.
I feel business is more like I feel it's more like challenging and rigorous to get an
Yeah.
internship for, and you got to make sure you have like certain things. You a part of these clubs. You doing this. You got to
Hmm.
have like a drive and an ambition in business. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, I could see
So
that.
we also talked about like low GPA, right? But like, does school matter? Like, do you guys think that plays a factor? Like, let's say I was going to Cornell versus someone who goes to like Mizzou.
Oh
Like,
Definitely.
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
school.
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, school matters. Like where you go definitely matters because it's the reputation that you put on. So like since we all go to Purdue and whatnot, like Purdue has that ranking stuff. So like people love to pull from Purdue. So the companies are just more attracted to you, to be honest.
Hmm.
And
And then
then
on
like
top of that, like just the people you would know in the future club, like let's say for us for Nesby, almost all the black recruiters that came back from these companies were in our Nesby chapter before, and we knew them. Like that's another thing that can help out. So it's not just the school, but it's like what the alumni does as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it
definitely
brings
agree with
that
that.
big connection. Yeah, I agree with that totally. That's a
Hmm.
that's a good point you pulled out because I think it just ties into like connections in the school and having a good reputation. So you want to try to go to one of the better schools within, of course, because like you can go. See, I hate doing it. I hate doing it because I'm about to do like Purdue Purdue main
Yeah.
campus and PNW, because people hate it because they always say it's the same degree. But like,
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
it's like they pulled
Yes.
us. We get more resources. I feel as though we get more
Yeah.
companies come. It's bigger events. We're able to pull more coming from the main campus than going to like say a IUPUI or PNW. So
Okay, I have a question
more
then.
resources, a lot more like a lot. It's a lot more money coming in too. So that's another why.
So I think here's like a point I think we can all talk about, right? So like for someone who's been in like, college for over 3 years, right, and they have a low GPA, no internship experience, what advice do you have for them when they, think about the future and what they can do? Because I mean, when you have so many credits, your GPA is only going to go up or down so much. So like, what can you do when you're in that position?
So 3 years plus no internship experience and a low GPA.
I need a number. Like what you consider like a two something?
228.
228.
Join the army. I don't know.
I say if you got a low GPA, I say like I was going to before, at least like make it look like you're trying. So like go to these programs and join these clubs. So that way it look like you have a lot of you building up your professionalism, because that way, say for instance, you might end up meeting someone at a job or something like that, and then that way you're able to talk in and you can explain to them like you had a rough start, but you're trying to improve and whatnot. And I would say just keep trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was halfway joking about the army thing, but I'm kind of for real too, because you need some type of work and job experience. So at least if you join something or get some type of volunteer work, whatever experience after that, you have to put some distance between yourself and that GPA. Because after a while, after a couple years, it just matters your degree and whatever that degree, whatever field that was in. So you gotta get some work experience, because honestly, most companies will accept a freshman with a lower GPA if he has the personality, because they're like, all right, I'm gonna invest in this person. This is my investment. I'm gonna see it pay off in the long run. You're about to leave. You're about to be a full-time employee. They don't really see that too highly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand it being. I'd say, because I'm thinking like, as a recruiter, they're probably thinking like, what did you do to make that low GPA? Like, what were you doing? You weren't being responsible or whatnot. But then some people just struggle for real. But then you got the people that's like partying all the time.
Yeah.
At the co-rec all the time. Co-rec legends,
Man, we know who they are, man. They be getting buckets though. They get buckets though.
They get buckets, but they fighting that GPA.
Yeah.
That GPA blocking.
Okay, I have a question then. So like, let's say Mike, you're a recruiter, right? And Josh, you're also a recruiter.
Yep.
And I am a film major. And I come up to you. You're like you guys work at like a studio or something, right? And I come up to you with my resume. I have a 2.4 GPA. I worked on a project though with Disney, right? My freshman year. I'm a senior now. And I come up to you. What are your first thoughts? And like, what would you say when you?
Did you put that GPA on the resume?
Yes.
Oh, that's no good. That's no good, because that's the first thing they look at for real. They didn't even make it to your work experience after that.
Yeah, they gonna look at GPA, and then but at the same time too, freshman year you could have had a 4.0.
Yeah, and yeah.
So that's how you got the Disney job. So like, I would say like film majors is kind of different. Probably they probably have to submit their work, and
because the major does matter too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I was an engineer now, and I don't put my resume on there, but I have a 2.5, but I have a lot of work experience. How are you feeling about me now?
Yeah, they probably take it
because the other company saw something. I'll see the same thing.
Yeah.
Nice, interesting.
They'd be like, "Oh, you work with them. You work with them."
Okay, so like you guys are like going back to like a lot of the resume stuff. So like, what advice do you have for people with low GPAs for like how they should like work their resume without work experience? They have a low GPA without work experience. What can they put on their resume to, compensate
class projects,
leadership positions?
Okay.
Leadership positions. class projects
Okay.
and leadership positions.
Yeah.
Like, and
Skills, any relevant coursework.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I always mention, like, even though I'm a business major, and every one of my interviews, I always mention that I worked as a recreational leader, just
Really
dealing with
nice.
kids. Like, I literally just say I'm dealing with kids to have that work experience, but how I tie it in, I say I built up my communication skills. Because I'm like, when you work with these 5 to 17, when you work, see, I'm about to get my elevate, but when you're working with these kids, when you're working
Yeah.
with kids and stuff, you get your different communication skills, and then that's how I tie it into my other stuff. So I'm like, okay, they'll
Mm-hmm.
like that because I'm trying to get them to relate. Like, okay, yeah, kids are difficult to communicate with. So if he did that effectively, then maybe he able to communicate with different people. So like international people or people of different backgrounds. So that's one thing I like to try to tie in. So if it's even like being a job at McDonald's, just say like I worked on my communication skills, dealing with people all different backgrounds or something like that. They'll love that. I just know from the business standpoint, they'll love that. And then you could say like from McDonald's, you could be like my problem solving skills. One time this happened and we had to figure it out. So it's just how you tie things in if you're a good talker or what.
Interesting.
Make their core values kind of like align with your vision. Because for what I do, like if I'm standing in line at IR or something like that, if I'm standing in IR, it's my bad. I just heard something in my house. Anyway, if I'm standing in line, I'll review the company. And if it's the company I really, really like, I'll go in deep. Like you can't just go past the like first page and then do the little background. You got to go in deep and like really, really look. So it's like they know you did your research and then tie it in. Like you see, oh, I see you guys just built a well in this company, in this country or something like that. That really goes along with I love volunteering. That's why I'm really interested in your company, something like that.
Yeah, they
Interesting.
love
Okay.
volunteer work is for sure a big thing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you could do. You don't need a GPA to volunteer. Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
You really don't need you don't need it at all. So go ahead and get you some volunteer work in and then talk about it. Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
let's get your That's a good point you got there. Yeah, definitely mention volunteering. You can always volunteer around here. And shout out to my Purdue listeners. So if you want to volunteer, it's a bunch of stuff you can do, like Ace Food Pantry.
Food pantries.
Yep. Food
Mm-hmm.
pantry.
Yep.
Yeah. You could definitely
Tutoring if you can.
Yeah, find something to do. They always got flyers and stuff. It's just going around and
Yeah, a lot of organizations need the help too. Like even just bringing
Shout out
awareness. Like
AB7G.
yes, AB7G is a good program where they go and help us students between the ages like 7th grade and I think kindergarten, or is it just 7th
Yeah,
grade?
be algebra ready by 7th grade. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they do to help them propel to like come to a school like Purdue and succeed. So there's definitely some good organizations, especially here in Lafayette, that you can help at.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the overall consensus I'm hearing is like for someone with a low GPA, they should be hopeful, right? And like they should, at least after watching this, they should have an idea of like what they can do now, like moving forward, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All I'm saying is network with people so you can get your GPA boost up. You never know who knows someone. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just talk to people and make sure you volunteer. So it looks like you putting in work and you trying. That's the big thing. You just can't be like
Josh,
low GPA
yeah.
and not trying.
Josh, is there an example where like you knew someone and you like got a job or maybe a position offer from it?
Man, I was in the BCC just cooling, and this super, super nice, like, older AKA just walked in, and we were just chopping it up for a second. I helped her move some stuff. She's like, "You're such a sweet gentleman, dude. What's your major?" I said, "Construction engineering." She said, "What? I know the vice president of this construction company." Boom, got the
Really?
number, co-op. Yeah. Or my friend Myra, she actually got me into construction engineering, and she worked at Walsh, the company that I'm doing the co-op for right now. And she gave me the head recruiter's information. So I was just in that, just annoying. Just come, I'm really interested. Boom, just kept pestering, just trying to get a way in, and it worked out.
And Myra's in the same.
She's in
the same grade as you, right?
Yeah, but that is one. All the girls in my grade are brilliant. Like all the girls at Purdue in general are just they are honestly smarter than most of the niggas here. I'm not even gonna lie. Can we say nigga here? Can you say
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. All right, then, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you good,
Yeah.
Josh.
She came in with like 50-something credits, like just off rip, like just she was solid. She was in her major first semester, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, like didn't even have to do none FYE.
Yeah, so like you know how like Mikey, so you know how
So
like
she
the
was
lower
direct to
division.
mid.
Yeah, so you know the like lower division, upper division. So like for
Yeah.
engineering, there's FYE, and then there's your major. So like she came
Wait,
in.
what's that low
So her
division, upper
major.
division?
Oh, so
So
basically,
for business, yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead,
for
Mike.
business, we got like 6. Well, back in my day, they changed it up. I feel old now. Back in my day, they had 6 classes. So basically, we're in lower division until we complete these 6 classes, and we gotta have like I say we gotta have a 3.0. We gotta have a 3.0 within those 6 classes, and we gotta have a 2.5 overall. And yeah, in order to get in them classes, and you can't have a D in none of your no management, econ, or OBHR classes. So you got to do all that in order to get into upper division of your major. So it normally take like 2 years. Some people do it in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then
Pretty
that was back
impressive.
in the day. We used to have to take Calc 1 and Calc 2. So you already know. So Calc 1 people consider easy, but Calc 2 was hard. So you got to have that on top of these other hard classes a part of your, and then it's all goes into your MAI, which you got to have a 3.0 in. So
Hey, shout out to
tough.
Lance Williams. He's a sophomore now. He just like got into upper division his freshman year. So like I know it like takes people a lot of time. But he's definitely did some work in class. I commend him on that.
Yeah, for sure. It took me a year and a half. Yeah. I didn't get into my sophomore year. My sophomore year spring semester. That's when my first semester in upper division. So it don't seem that long, but it was a decent while though. I had to retake management 200, so that was like beginner accounting or whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys have any opinions on retaking classes? Yeah, because like for like students who like come in with this mindset, right? I was one of those students who thought like, okay, I'm gonna go through college. I'm not gonna have to take I'm not gonna have to retake any classes. I'm gonna get through this. Like, what's your opinion on retaking classes? Especially for students with low
GPAs.
GPAs.
Like a 32 or above on the ACT, you're gonna retake a class. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Depending on your major at Purdue.
Yeah. You gonna like for sure. Like I had to retake a class. I retook management 200 and I retook speech, but the only reason I retook speech is because I took it in high school. So I retook it to get a better grade.
Got you.
I retook Calc 2 because I wanted to take Calc. I was recommended Calc 1 tier. No. See, look,
I'm not laughing at you because I even took a
I had to retake. See, look, I had to retake Calc 1. I had to retake Calc 1 because I had a dual credit that could have transferred over. And I wouldn't have had to take Calc 1, but I was recommended. They was like, "Nah, you want to take Calc 1 here." It ain't like high school dual credit.
Nigga, I cheated on my Alex, and I was supposed to be in pre-calc the first time, and then I got somebody to do it for me. Got into calc, had to retake it. Should have just went in pre-calc.
Pre-calc here was hard. It was kind of hard too. It was easy, but it was hard too.
Bro.
I was doing the homework. I'm like, all right, I remember how to do this because you remember, like I said, I took calc. I literally took calc. So I was like, okay, I took calc. I gotta take pre-calc. I forgot pre-calc because I didn't take it since my junior year. So when I got here, I was like, man, it's kind of hard. I was doing to the end. I was like, to the end when they started doing calculus stuff, I was like, okay, this kind of easy now. Yeah, it's
that Purdue math said.
It's Purdue math. I'm convinced. I don't know what they do to the numbers. I don't know how they do it. It's the wording too. They word it bad.
Man.
And we don't get any short answer. Every other school I've talked to, they get short answer math tests, which makes sense.
Really? Wow. We get the 5 or 6 question multiple choice. You gotta all the answers look the same. You gotta
they throwing in the information. It's back. They throw in the information too. So they'll throw in like they'd be like, Johnny was running 50 miles and it was a snowy day. And he
just be tripping you up for no reason.
3 sandwiches on the counter that he meant to take. What was it like in California? And then you like, oh, hold on. You don't know what to do.
Man.
And then you go to the T afterwards, and he explains it in 2 steps.
He'd be like, he'd be like, it's so simple. All you have to do is just carry the one, then take that derivative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all took like Stat 225 or nothing like that yet, or a Stat class.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's a
I started out
different
at
breed.
Stat 350.
That's like, I heard of that. But I don't think I had to take it. But I had to take Stat 225. It's probability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But let's get on to the next topic for sure. Yeah. I want to just jump into this topic since it's around that time. We can get into it for a little bit. Halloween do and don'ts.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
we talking COVID edition, or we talking just all time?
We can talk about both, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Halloween falls on a Saturday. We in a pandemic.
Especially on a college campus.
Yeah. It's Saturday. It ain't gonna turn out too good.
Yeah.
Do not get caught by Protect Purdue. That's
Yeah. Or you will be a P-ville or just something.
You'll be
It's weird how they turn P-ville to a prison.
So like, will you guys be going to any parties or like any closed gathering things for Halloween this year?
I don't think so. I'm gonna try to on record. I'm staying away.
Do you remember what you did last year?
What?
Do you remember what you did last year?
Last year, how I remember what I did last year was a party. Yes.
Hey.
Pre-COVID.
What y'all dress up as? I forgot what y'all were last year.
I had that mask on.
Do I still have it?
I had the screen mask on.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a LL Cool J.
I thought she was in the crew, the camera crew.
You talking about that? That was another. I was like I think I was Vince Carter for that. That was a different thing. Yeah, that was. But I know what you're talking about, Josh.
I know exactly what you're talking
that camera
about.
Here, I give them credit for that, man. I was offered to be in it, man, but I came late, and I
was too.
Man, they pulled up and they did their thing. I give them that.
Yeah, they did.
I couldn't be attached to that though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was hilarious.
I definitely had my mask on. I was chilling. Now I didn't have the screen mask on. I had the purge mask, the one that lit up.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be the only one with it. I came to the function. It was 5 people I seen with it. I was all like, man, I ain't even do it right.
Okay. So like I'll ask a question. So like, what are some don'ts of Halloween all time? So let's say we're pre-COVID. We were all born, before 2004, where we could actually, enjoy everything, or 2006 maybe, before we could enjoy everything. But like now, like, what would you guys say are some don'ts of Halloween?
Don'ts of Halloween.
All time.
Don't wear a costume you can't like move around in. Like.
Yeah, because you want to move around in your costume. You don't want to have that big, a big old suit. Like, people be having them fluffy suits on and want to move around. And then they want to be, don't do that.
Or the girls be wearing heels, they can't walk in, feet be all beat up.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. What about wearing costumes like days before Halloween or still days after? So let's say it's November 3rd and you're still wearing your Halloween costume.
Don't do pictures. Don't do that.
That sounds like some Anglo behavior. I've never seen our people do that.
You got 7 days. You got 7 days before Halloween. You can wear that's when the function's starting. You got 7 days to wear it. If you want to wear it out, wear it out. But you got 7 days. You got 7 good days. And the day after Halloween, that's when you stop wearing Halloween costume.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Halloween was on a Friday and there's another party Saturday. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the only exception.
That's the only
exception. So let's say Halloween was like October 24th. I think you can still.
I don't know what day of the week that is. That don't mean nothing to me.
Halloween was October 24th. What?
Yeah, I'm saying because like it goes directly into November. Like if somebody sees in November wearing a costume, like on a weekday, it's kind of weird. But like, you know, okay, let's say like on Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day is February 14th. You can still like give out candy and stuff on like the 16th, and
To
a
be
couple days
half off.
after, because it's still February a little bit. But like if it's October and you go straight into November, it's kind of weird.
Not even that, bro. It's
People
just
still give
because
out Halloween
who doesn't like
candy.
getting candy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true.
You shouldn't be in a costume for too long. It's a little weird.
honestly. Don't wear no costume that's culturally biased. That's one thing I say.
Fact.
Off rip, I seen that on Twitter.
That's true.
Yeah, don't
That's
do
true.
that. Yeah, that's just one thing you just want to avoid altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And don't go too scary. Find the perfect mesh of like either funny and scary or it's cute and scary. All that. Just don't go over the top. You actually got Freddy Krueger's face on. Like, that's not it.
Going around, running around, scaring people. You know what? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You want to know what? I'm real surprised because normally around this time, that's when people like the Killer Clown start trending and all type of stuff like that. That ain't happening.
Yeah, everybody got guns now. It's record gun sales. You will get shot.
That's true.
What about haunted houses? Thoughts on
Haunted
those?
house? Go to a haunted house for sure. Do go to a haunted house. Don't punch the people that work at the haunted house.
Fact.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get
it's
scared.
crazy.
Why go somewhere when you know you're gonna get scared? If you don't feel comfortable going to the haunted house, don't go. If you feel like you need to fight, because they obviously there to scare you. That's their job.
Man. Yeah, I was actually reading this article. I'm about to read it real quick. I read it last week. But haunted house requires 40-page waiver to enter, but will hand you 20,000 to finish. Apparently, this is the scariest haunted house in
I seen
history.
Watch the documentary.
Yeah.
No, watch the video.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a documentary about it?
I don't get how you can get that scared because you know nothing's gonna happen to you.
Here. I'm about to read it for you, Josh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, the scariest house in the U.S. will give you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's from what I remember about it, like the dude who runs it, he's like, we're not responsible if you break a limb, cut off your limb, or something like that. Like he legit said he's not responsible if that happens. And so you don't
But
know
they
what
will
you're
give you
getting yourself
20,000 if you finish.
Yeah, but you might come back with a missing ear, a missing finger, or something like that. He says he makes it real scary.
Yeah. The scariest house in the U.S. will give you 20,000 if you finish the tour. But be warned, you must sign a 40-page waiver, have a doctor's note, and pass a physical to enter. McKamey Manor, which is the guy who owns the house in Summertown, Tennessee, is so scary, no one has yet to complete the experience. But if you do finish, the attractor's owner, Russ McKamey, will give you a 20,000 reward. The entry price is simply a bag of food for one of his dogs. Thoughts on that? Would you guys go?
Yeah, like literally you give them a bag of food and you sign their waiver.
Yeah.
But like people get so scared. Like from what I heard about the experience, I think like definitely I recommend you watch the documentary. I think it's like 15, 20 minutes. Watch it. Cause like people were talking like how scared they was, like couples was going and they said they were legit scared. I think he had you chasing and it's like a 24-hour experience almost. So like at nighttime you probably getting chased through a maze or something like that. Or like he got you locked up somewhere in a casket or something. I don't know. It's like crazy.
I'm good on that. I have no interest in. I feel like he's watching on the camera, beating his meat or something to it. Like that's just not. No.
But 20K.
Yeah, I think he chased you with like a real chainsaw.
That's a semester at Purdue. That is a semester at Purdue, bro. I'm good on that. No.
I think it would legit be scary.
Like I said, Mr.
Like I wouldn't try it at all. I probably wouldn't last 10 minutes.
Thanks. So y'all haven't been to Statesville?
No, I haven't been to Statesville. I heard it's scary.
It's a decent one, yeah.
Any other dudes of Halloween? Like
dudes. I say go out, but not technically not like pandemic, but like people gonna do what they gonna do. So I'm already knowing I can already expect people going out on Saturday. Like people were going out in general. Now they they got that excuse, and they're like, it's stage 5 here, like it's stage 5 in Indiana, so now people really not caring.
Yeah, it's starting to get serious. But I mean, hopefully the pandemic does die down. You keep hearing vaccine news, but like, considering the president we have, is it really truthful?
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
We'll see after the election. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
But fall 2021 gonna be a movie. Fall
We
2021.
going
Sir.
We
I
already
hope so. I'd be sad if we were back to doing this still in fall 2021.
Cause like what I think,
Man.
I've been thinking about this lately. I was all like, I remember people like you read about it and like how polio was a big thing and like all these all these ordeals. Like
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of another one, but like it was a vaccine. Like it was, I think it was either between the 20s or the 40s. Something big happened.
The last like big epidemic or pandemic was HIV and AIDS in the 80s. That was the last like one like considerable to this one. H1N1 wasn't really a real.
No,
I mean, that was kind of like a pandemic, but it wasn't really.
Ebola.
It was more controllable versus
I feel like the H1N1, it was like what, about 3 to 5 people who had it, and then like
I think
all of a sudden
14,000 people.
No, that was Ebola.
That was Ebola with the 3 to 4.
Yeah,
Ebola was
3 to 4 people, but they was done. Like they got it, done. Died damn day. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So then H1N1, okay. Yeah, I remember like H1N1 people was concerned about that, but it got shut down quick.
Yeah, it was controllable.
I think you think this one could have been as controllable as it was as now?
If they would have acted early, I think so.
Same.
Yeah. I feel like if it was acted early, like I feel like since they knew in January, if it was acted in January, we wouldn't be in.
And then he didn't want to act until March, and that's when it was
100,000.
Honestly, he could have spun this like made this great so everybody would want to do it, especially white people. He could have just been like, the most patriotic thing you could do is wear a mask. And I bet you every white person will have a mask on right now. If you love America, put a mask on. That's what they would do that instantly.
Keep it on me. I keep it on me at all times.
Gotta have it.
Because they the main ones not wearing a mask, to be real. Like I was just in Missouri not too long ago. Oh, Tulsa State.
Shout out St. Louis. 314.
Oh, Missouri. Yeah. Nah, you go the further south you go, nobody wearing masks. Nobody wearing masks here. Well,
they had signs. They had signs in some places to not put one on because they're like, we don't know what you look like. Stuff
Are you
like
serious?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even here, it's like nobody. Like, well, not I ain't gonna say nobody, but like it's people not wearing masks. Like it's literally people that won't wear masks. So it's just
at Purdue or in West Lafayette.
Purdue, West Lafayette, both. It's just people that won't wear masks. I keep mine on. I'm like, I keep mine on until I feel like I'm comfortable. I gotta keep a mask on.
I see you, Josh. Keep the hand sanitizer on you too.
But I'm already like, it's the thing. Like I'm already knowing people gonna go out. People gonna do what they gonna do for Halloween for sure. So like,
yeah, especially on a college campus. That's why I mean, if we're gonna talk about, like you said, don't get caught by Purdue, protect Purdue. But like at the same time, like why would you still want to like force that upon yourself? To, I mean, yeah, having a virtual Zoom Halloween party sucks, but at least you're saving someone else's life too.
But if you were old enough or you know how to get into bars, wear the mask, I guess. Wear a mask.
Yeah.
Be safe. Just go in.
Be safe for Halloween.
But I feel like you Purdue guys, like since you guys are actually there, you guys get tested kind of regularly. I feel like it should be a little safer for the ones on campus to like intermingle with each other and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like it's not like we in a bubble. So now you got like West Lafayette, anybody else coming in too.
Yeah, and that's how it came into campus. I think because like before you came, you had to get tested, right? But like there's still kids who have gotten COVID because you can't really put a dome around Purdue.
Yeah, Adam
I think
Silver.
about that. Imagine a dome around Purdue. I'll go crazy. I don't know. I would have went crazy. A dome around Purdue. I couldn't think about it.
Yeah.
They probably got the money for it. So.
But yeah.
Probably.
And
Do.
let me see. I'm trying to think of a couple dudes. Pre-quarantine.
Do go in the group.
Yeah, do go in the group. Yeah.
Especially ladies.
Definitely.
But I feel like in college, go with a group for anything, to be honest with you. Go in a group with anything to start off with. You don't want to go to no bar alone. That still sound depressing, going to the bar alone. You at least go with somebody. So go in a group, have fun. Have fun. Let me see. Trying to think of
dude.
Just do. Oh wait, I gotta don't take everybody candy. That's one thing I don't.
Y'all still trick or treating? What's going on?
Hey, some people take people candy.
Yeah.
People just have candy. Don't take everybody candy.
Yeah, they do be doing that, man. Oh, and I have another thing, man. There are signs that say take one, and they just leave the candy jar out there. Please take one. Please don't get a handful.
I was definitely one of the niggas that got a handful.
Man, people like you is why they don't do it the next year.
Man. Yeah. People gonna start trick or treating around here again. People ain't got nothing else better to do in quarantine. People gonna start trick or treating. People gonna be like 6 feet.
True, that would be cool to do around the dorms. You wearing masks and stuff.
Wear a mask and trick or treat.
Yeah.
Dang, I should look.
Halloween's simple, bro. There's not a lot of do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Like the don'ts are like obvious don'ts. Just don't do too much. Don't be weird. Don't try and scare people you don't know. Don't try to.
But that's the thing. We say this now, but people still gonna do it. People still do the don'ts no matter what. It be a blue.
That's why you gotta tell a friend to watch the Wave Pod, okay? This is where you get your news from, man.
And this is where you get the news from. But like I said, we're gonna wrap it up right now. I appreciate Josh and Tosin coming on once again. You feel me?
Thanks for inviting me, man. Thanks for inviting me, bro.
For real. Like I said, we waiting on the album, Tosin. I'm just saying.
I promise that I got some surprises coming this year already, man. Like just be ready, okay?
Drop a single or something. Just drop the single.
Hey.
Music video coming soon.
Hey, 2021. I promise you, like, man, it's gonna be a good year, okay?
We need something. Now we need a snippet. Just go on IG Live for a second and just play a snippet.
I got you.
You should just play one right now because I know you got a couple verses on the phone.
Hey man,
I know you could do something right now.
Hey man, I'll send you that later. I got you, bro. I got you, Josh.
But yeah, like always, shout out to my Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners. Make sure you guys listen on there. Drop a 5-star on Apple Podcast. Get the ratings up. Get more people to listen in. Shout out to YouTube gang. I see you guys out there. Like I said, shout out to everybody else listening on the platform. Shout out to everybody following me on IG at the.wavepod. Shout out to everybody that be liking and, some comments and whatnot. Shout out to all the interactions. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And wait. I gotta do my favorite part. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And yep, that's the end of the Wave Pod. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.